Well, I got a new pin to chat, apparently. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Crochet Rocks, to the yarn van. Here we are. So, I was just getting my tea, which I have to be careful not to knock all over myself. And let's have a look. Sally, Clarissa, Chris, and me. Hi, everyone. Let's hope we get a few more people joining us. Okay, let's see if I can make this a little bit more visible. There we go. I can share. No, I don't want to do that. Copy link. I'm going to share it out. I got a new person. Right, so make a post. I'm competing with my own video, I know. I don't have a picture. Do I need one? I don't know if I need one or not. Maybe we'll have a picture of Elvis. Should we have a picture of No, that's a bit magoo. There's a joke somewhere. I have a joke somewhere. So how are you all? I'll get rid of that one. Don't need that. This is a kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was going to do my my making stuff, but I think I must have taken that into the house, so I've got nothing to make unless I oh look, we'll do the eyeballs. No, maybe not. They're not my eyeballs. Picture of me when I've aged myself. No, we will do this yarn ball because it's gorgeous. Next, going live. Join me here. And I have to do a space. And pasty post. There we go. So you never know. Maybe some people will see this. Could happen. Right, let's have a look. Find my livey stream. That's not it, is it? Yeah, that's live, so it's... No. That's weird. It has this little live sticker attached to all of my videos, which I thought was my live, but it isn't. Here it is. Okay, so, whoa. So we got Sally. No, surely not. This isn't now, is it? No, it can't be. We're in the same top. I've got the ability to chat on it. So Sally, Clarissa, Chris, Caris, me, Anne, Moonrose Craft, Tammy, and Tammy. Well, hey, two Tammys. And is that another Tammy? No, it's the same Tammy. Two Tammys is good though. You know, you got to have two Tammys. And I've got like a message that has come up. Hang on. I don't know. It's gone now. How annoying is that? Why do they put things on the screen? Don't show things on the screen. That's just not on. So hi guys, let's have a look. Everyone's just saying hello, I think. Just making see that was me. Don't forget the thummy, guys. And Dayon, hi, haven't seen you for a little while. So yeah, just thought to myself, I went out shopping with Gary, and I thought I'll get a bit of yarn. I know I don't exactly need yarn, do I? But I thought, you know, I'll go in Poundland, see what they've got. And if they've got, I'm really hot, sorry. If they've got any of that really lovely coloured yarn, this one, I would get some. They had very little of anything that's worth anything, you know. It's just all like, oh my goodness, is that all they got? So I popped over the road because it's just next door, really, kind of around the corner-ish. They're both on a corner like this. Went into B&M, thought they might have some yarn rubbish in there as well. So I thought I could go traipsing around all of the town trying to find more yarn, but you know what? There was none to be had. So it is weird that now we have no yarn stores, and we don't even have any stores that have got yarn in them that's worth having either. So I guess I'm all there is. Yeah, hey, good for me. There was a few that did, but they always have the same yarn, you know. That's the thing. They always have the same stuff. The internet's been really bad. Hi Nancy, welcome. Don't forget the thummy. So I need a little table. If you could only see what I have in front of me, I've got a step ladder, and the top step is my table. All mod cons here, you know, all mod cons. So what I was talking about this morning was these. And I got this free in one of those Crochet Society boxes that I trialed a while back. So I decided that I was going to open one of these packs of the Amours, and I'm going to keep one and use them and see what they're like. See what the fuss is about with these. Oh, look, that's kind of a vibe, isn't it? Anyway, this is now my pack, and I'm going to road test them, and I'm going to see what all the fuss is about and whether I like them, can get on with them. I have used this one before because I remember having this one, probably got more, to be honest with you, and lost them. But this one I did use because I needed a big fat hook for a project. And what I remember thinking was, this bit is way too short. That was the only thing that sticks in my mind. But I'm going to give them all a go, because obviously the thinner the yarn, this is longer. It isn't. They're identical, but the distance that yarn will travel is more because it's thinner. So yeah, these ones possibly will be fine. These ones will be getting a bit, oh, not much space on the hook for me. So we'll see. I'm going to give it a go and road test the Amours. I don't think I'll be road testing the other pack that I sell, which are those little thin ones. They are beautiful pastel shade rainbows, and I love the look of them, but they're tiny whiny yarn, you know, hooks for tiny whiny yarn. And I see some in the magazine I did the open with me today. They had crocheted bumblebees that are like this big. Probably great for that, but not great for these. So won't be doing that. Okay, so where am I up to? If anybody have a chance, come join me. To what? Come join you where? Are you trying to poach my people? What's going on here? Hi, Gumdrop Forever and Samantha. Yeah. So, do you mean throw yarn in your window? Is that what this is the saying that we have? Come join me, as in throw yarn in your window. Is that what you mean? I encourage everyone to throw yarn in each other's window. I really wanted some yarn in my window today, but there wasn't any in the shop, so I didn't get any yarn. Quite sad about that. Jesse says hello. He just come back inside. Hello, Jesse. Mwah. Hello. So, yeah, no yarn. But Gary said, you only just got yarn delivered, you know? What's wrong with you? And I did. I had all of those wonderful Ogo, Halo, Caron, Colorama, Halo Ogos for my shop. And I did get this as well in blue. But I do have still a few of these ones, which you can't really get so easily now. I haven't got many. That's about all she wrote now. Got one black one, 4 blues, and 3 pinks. But these are the new ones that I got, and I got this colour and blue. So I do have some new yarn. It's not that I don't. And the reason I got that out is because I wanted to put those in that bucket with them ones. So this is the blue. This one I love. I absolutely love it. It's called Speckle, Simply Soft Speckle. So I've got those. They can go in there. And the Ogos, which I got for my shop, are here. They are stunning. Not many left in some colours. It depends. Julie got me some Happy Mail. Julie bought me Happy Mail from my shop. So she made an order for Ogos for me, because she knew that I said I wanted some, and she knew my favourite colour was blue. So she bought me the blue ones, but I already got blue ones from Dayon. So she said, if you want to swap them for another colour, you can. So I keep looking at it thinking, do I want to swap for that gorgeous marine colour, that Harbour Frost? Do I want to swap it for that really beautiful Orchid Frost? All of them, they're all my favourites. They are. And I will get some more. Whoever it was who asked me if I'll get some more, yes, I will. I will definitely get some more of the colours. And I want to get, there's one that's called something like Honey, or is it something like that, Honey Bear? I want to get that. And there's a few other colours that I want to get, so I will do. Oh, your ears are burning. There she is, the lovely Julie. So yeah, I keep thinking about, I could swap it. I could swap the blue, because I do have 2 blues already that Dayon got me. So I could, but what would I swap it for? They're all just so nice. I will get some more, yeah, definitely. Um, So yeah, other than that, I've not had a very eventful day. My internet was mega slow this morning, and it took me ages to upload even my good morning video, really. And then I did an open with me, which I'm competing with now for attention. I'm actually competing with myself. So that open with me went up at 3 o'clock, and that took, oh, really, it took almost an hour to upload that. And the first one I knew had not caught a good wave, you know. You can see sometimes you get a video that doesn't catch a good wave, and it just bubbles along and it takes forever. So I thought, delete that, start again. Let's hope it'll catch a good wave. It's like surfing, and it didn't catch a good wave, but it caught a better wave than the previous. It's just, you know, very ploddy today is the internet. And really bad. Even doing things like just doing something like on the Royal Mail website or something like that, it was just, you know what you get. So obviously we're having a bad internet day. And the only thing I can really put it down to is that it is now the summer holidays are upon us, and people are here, and boy do we know it. Went out just to town and back, and the traffic chaos because of them was unreal. So first of all, we got to the end of our road and we're stuck in this traffic jam, and we think, you know, what on earth is this? And it turns out it was a massive caravan being moved. And so it was one of those that's a lodge. So you've got like, one is humongous, one side of it, and then you've got the other one, the other side. So it makes like a great big house sort of thing. Or you can have them on their own and then they've got a slanty roof, or you can have one and then the other and it does this. So they had 2 monster trailers, one with each half on it, and they did it at the junction of the road. They've loaded them at the junction of the road. Just take that in for a second. So that was the first thing. And when we come back, they're still there because they had to load the second one. They have to have escorts and everything. What a palaver. It's just keep it where it was, you know. Why? Why move it? For goodness sake. Anyway, must cost a fortune to move them. Beside the point, I know. Probably moving to pastures new and somewhere better. But anyway, so we got a little bit further up the road, and then there's all these people that park on the junction, and there's a shop opposite the junction with zigzag lines saying you can't park there, and there's always somebody there, always somebody on that zigzag. And I'll think, you know, the police really do miss a trick. There's a war memorial over the other side. If they just put a camera there, they would get thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. But they don't put the cameras there. They put them in other places, you know. But seriously, that causes so many near misses with people parking there, and you've got people that park right up to the junction. Yesterday, someone parked, there's the junction, right? They've got the church here, and they parked like that. So they were actually in our road where we were going. And then there was a car coming the other way, in the other carriageway, so we couldn't actually turn. And then I kind of glared at him, and he sort of moved back. And I thought, why? What is it with these people? They haven't got the brains they were born with, some of these people. Seriously. How did they survive? Hi. Did I say hello, Anne? I think I did. I'm not sure, but I'm saying it again. Don't forget the thumbie, everyone. So yeah, that was how it went on from there all the way there and all the way back. Nothing but grief on the road. Unbelievable. Anyway, I got back, but I didn't get any yarn, and that was the sad thing. I only wanted a little bit of yarn just to say, look, yarn fell in my basket, but actually none fell in my basket because it wasn't worth having. sadly. It is sad, isn't it, when you think about it? Because all the yarn shops are gone. I used to go into town and there was a lady on the corner. There's a tanning shop now. And she used to do all King Cole yarn. And so I used to go in there and see some of the yarns and think, oh, I'll stock that. Because, you know, I don't get to see the rep. I don't really get to feel the yarn. So I used to go in her shop and think, that's nice. I'll be getting that. And I can't do that anymore. I can't do that. And there was another lady in Sittingbourne, which is the main, you get on the mainland, the first town you come to, proper town. I mean, there are little ones, villages. But you go, there was a lady there that sold James C. Brett. I didn't understand why they just affiliated to one, you know, but they did. So I used to go in there again and look at it and say, oh, I'll stock that. That's quite nice. Can't do that anymore either. All there are these poundy places. I did say hello. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, there you go. She threw yarn in your window. Moon Rose Craft. Well, hey. So yeah, I'm actually competing with my own video, which is pretty silly when you think about it. But I was at a loss. I thought I can't show you yarn. I couldn't find any. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just say hello. And I would normally work on a project, but I left it in the house. I know I've got several over there, but I need to kind of gear myself up for them, if you know what I mean. They're PhDs. What is it? I've forgotten my own thing. PhD. Partially. I don't know. It's in the bottom of my videos, PhD. Oh, I can't remember what it stands for. I only looked at it this morning. Oh my. Anyway, UFOs really, that's what they are. And so yeah, I've got those all over there. They need kind of sorting out, and then me thinking, oh, what hook did I use? What can I do with that? And I really, now I've got that lovely project book, but before I just used to have to remember, which isn't easy. Which isn't easy when you've got so many. No, there's not many shops around at all. It isn't good, is it? It's very very sad that most of them have gone. And I know that the pandemic probably see quite a few off, you know. The lady that used to be in town with the King Cole shop, she didn't always have, she'd have like closed on a Monday. So it's been closed on a Sunday and she'd closed on a Monday. So I don't know about you, but I can't wait till like Tuesday or Wednesday to get into town. And so that wasn't good. And there was a few things that and it always seemed the same because she just affiliated to the one yarn company. Everything always seemed the same. And she sold fabric. So fabric took up half the shop. So she really didn't sell a great deal of yarn. Personally, I'd have arranged it all a little bit differently, but she did have her customers, like loyal ones, but gone now. You're still yarn wrangling. What is yarn wrangling? Now, this is your opportunity to tell me because I don't know. You might have replied to my question. I don't know, but I don't know what yarn wrangling is. So you have to kind of explain. Flowery lace sleeves, 16 loops at once on a hook. Oh, and Malaki's in Kent, but your uncle-in-law has told you there's a shop in Faversham, so I'll have to look round there soon. Whereabouts are you, Anne? Because Charlotte, Gary's daughter, lives in Faversham, and I used to go to Faversham quite a bit. There used to be right by the arch, you know, if you know where I mean. There was like a little market there, and there was a nice little tea shop. It was a baker's, but a tea shop, and they did quite nice stuff. Then you could go in there and have a cup of tea. And one day I was in there having a cup of tea and a sweaty bun, as my old driving instructor used to say. And Bob Geldof just kind of walked past, and he looked like a derelict person. But yeah, he lived in Faversham up the road, and quite often you see him staggering around the streets of Faversham. There's a nice Tesco's there as well. Used to go in there because it was bigger than ours. There's another bigger one now, but used to go in there for the Tesco. But there was also a place we used to go for breakfast in Faversham. This is not with Gary. This is a long time ago. So I haven't been for quite a while. But I'll have to go and have a look. Your husband knows Faversham better than you, so he's not sure. So you're in Canterbury. There must be, surely. Canterbury's very twee. There must be some yarn places there. There's a Phoenix, though. That makes up for things, doesn't it, really? I like Canterbury, but I don't like the price of parking. And I can't do the park and ride. That's just, who wants to lug their shopping onto a stinky bus to go back to your car park? That's really not good. But I used to go to Canterbury quite a lot. In fact, I went to university in Canterbury. I went to UKC because I wanted to avoid someone who was going to Christchurch. So, yeah, there was a girl that was not nice. So she was going to Christchurch, so I thought I'm going to UKC. So that's where I went. I used to walk into Canterbury quite often and have a mooch around the shops. And I was a mature student and my kids were little, and I joined them to this club during the school holidays. It was right behind the university, loads of fields. I think it was an old scout place, and they loved it there. It was really nice summer camp sort of thing, summer club that they belonged to. But if I only had to go in for a lecture, I used to leave them in the goalposts and say, don't talk to anyone, stay there, be there when I get back, go to a lecture, come back, take them for lunch, that sort of thing. But yeah, they were quite sassy kids. They wouldn't have taken any stuff. Your oldest says hi, hello to Dayone's oldest. It's made up of it's a made-up saying by you. Literally fingering with all these loops to make the flowers. The lady that designed this jumper I've just read is registered blind. And you're having problems with full vision. Oh, it's funny. There's Poundland and B&M, Home Bargains, Dunelm. But not much variety. But Hobbycraft is in the old Argos in Wincheap. Yeah, I'm sure I've been there before. Sure, I've been to the Hobbycraft there, and I've been to the one in Rochester. I don't know. I should have put my fan on, shouldn't I? It's really hot out there today, and it was there up until the other day where I decided I don't want to trip on that fan. I'm going to move it, so it's down there where it should be working. You can see that I'm now becoming quite glisteny. It's a good word, glisteny. So yeah, I've been there. I quite like Canterbury, but like I say, I don't like the parking prices. But there used to be some really good shopping to be had in Canterbury, and beautiful there, obviously. And I wanted to go on one of those little punts. I have to say that very carefully. In around the Weavers, which is beautiful there. It's really an old sort of, is it Tudor building? And most of the buildings are really, really old in Canterbury. I mean, obviously, it's where the cathedral is. But there's this waterway, and they've got a ducking stall there. Like, I used to threaten the kids. Watch it. Could be in that ducking stall. There's really pretty Canterbury. I love it there. Before I met Gary, I met a man on a dating site, and he asked to meet up with me. And then when I got there, he was very cagey about looking at me. And it turns out he didn't have any teeth. So his picture, was one that was in the distance, and yeah, it had no teeth. I'll never forget that. I'm saving up for teeth. What he actually said was, "You might have noticed something about me," and I went, "Yeah, what's that?" And he said, it's my teeth, or the absence of said teeth. I'm saving up for some. I said, good. That's a good thing. And my next sort of thought was, you should have gone on this site once you'd got them. He was a very, very strange man. And he was very cagey the whole time we were there. I'm sure he was married. Just looking for a bit of fun. Didn't get any from me. I didn't want a love suck. Oh, it sounds so bad. I meant love bite, you know, obviously gumming. I love gum. I didn't want none of that malarkey. Cheers. Oh, I did meet some weird guys. There was this other guy, and he was younger than me, and he was like, I met up with him. He was very tall, but all he kept doing was staring at my boobs. And I actually said to him, "I'm up here. I'm up here." I was like, just staring like this the whole time, talking to them, and I'm like, "I'm up here." You know, it was a weirdo. Oh dear. Yeah, lucky escape is right. Do you know what? I had some really weird guys. Not had them in the biblical sense, had them message me. And there was one that I did see for a while until I cottoned on to the fact that he was a compulsive liar. Not just a liar, they were whoppers, you know? And it wasn't until he tried to crack on that he was somehow sort of a mixture of James Bond and Jack Bauer, because he knew how much I liked Jack Bauer. And I figured, you know, he's got to go. He had these really big bruises on his body, and it turned out that he'd gotten paintballing with his daughter. Oh, what a twat that was, seriously. He told me long tales about how his father was assassinated and all sorts of things. And strange man. Very strange man. Very intriguing. Spun a good tale. He should have been a writer. Just seriously. They were the good ones. They were the good ones, guys. I had some that were awful. But myself and my friend Steve, we got our own back on them by wreaking revenge. The ones that were really, really awful. Because, you know, he was a scream, my friend Steve. We met, he was my next door neighbour. I'm so hot, I'm really apologise. But we used to go to bingo and all sorts together. And when he was like, anyone get, you know, if anyone's mean to you, babe, we'll get them. And we did, we got a few back. We got a few back. I won't go into details because they might sue. Anyway, I'm going to finish my tea before it gets cold. I've got this little tiny 1-cup kettle in here, and I thought if it's anything like a travel kettle, it would take forever, but it doesn't. And it's quite handy really to make tea. Still makes my cup look awful, obviously, because it's black tea. But yeah, so if you missed at the beginning, I'm going to be doing a little trial on these. I am looking forward to it, and I'm not looking forward to it at the same time. Clover and Moors, I've never been a fan of, I don't know why. But then again, I've never really tried them properly. I only tried this brown one, which seemed like it didn't have enough neck. Let's call it a neck. I hate this word shaft. We'll call it a neck. And yeah, I felt like it didn't really have a long enough one, and it kind of put me off. But I've got this set that I've decided I'm keeping. Little rainbow set. As I sold one and had to have it posted off today, I thought, nah, I'll get 2 out and I'll keep one and I'll do a little road test on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And it's International Granny Square Day coming up. So I'm going to make some squares. I haven't made any squares for a very long time. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't. I do have quite a few squares on my channel, but I haven't made one in a long while. Last square I did was the snowflake one, I think. I think I've made another square since. Apart from, obviously, the creeper. But that's not really inventing or making up a square. It's just a solid square to make a project. So it doesn't really count. You know what I mean? They're just out there, aren't they? Cheers. Gonna slug this down. I managed it. So, don't like to glug. Guess what? Yesterday I managed to get in for a very short space of time, though, to Granny D's live, and I haven't been in there for a long while. I haven't actually managed to see Granny D's live for the one time that I thought, oh, God, I'll get in and have a look and check out Granny D. She was on holiday. Go figure that. The only one time that I thought I had a bit of spare time and I looked for it and she wasn't there. So, yeah, managed to get in and say a quick hello, but I was I couldn't stay long because dinner was cooking, and it was late. It was a late dinner. So, and it was smelling amazing. And the reason it smelled amazing was the previous day we'd had a roast that Gary cooked for us. And so the oven still smelled like roast. And it made me want one, but we had steak. It was nice. Hi, Tracy and Valerie. Welcome. Don't forget the thummy. But yeah, so anyway, no yarning, no yarn. I'm really sad about that. I wanted to show some yarn. Yeah, I know I've got yarn to show you, but I wanted to sort of go shopping for some. I had a hankering for putting some yarn in a basket, paying for it and bringing it home, you know. And I think I've just had withdrawal symptoms of not being able to do that for a long time. Because, you know, since Poundland put their prices up, they're obviously not selling as much yarn, so they don't have the availability. They're not getting it in, and what they are getting in isn't really that great. So they're a bit of a damp squib. Then we've got next door to that, we've got one side, the Cancer Research Shop, and they do have yarn in there, but they just have Signet Plateau, which, you know, I don't want to just get that. And then in B&M, all they had was some of the Magic Aran for a £5, which I think is overpriced. I wouldn't pay that for it. When you can buy far better yarn, say from hobbyrocks.co.uk for that price. I'm going to burp. I really apologise. I can feel it bubbling up. It's going to get me. It is. Hopefully it won't anyway. But yeah, so that's overpriced. The other yarn they had was that fluffy stuff, that trim. Got a lot of that. Didn't really need it. And they had, you know, that yarn I made the baby bubbles blanket with? It's really nice, like a pastel rainbow. But I've made so much out of that. And I've been putting it in mystery boxes because I don't want to get any more of it. So that was it. And they had some white fluffy yarn. I'm not being funny, but I've got enough white fluffy yarn to sell them some. So, yeah, I didn't get any, which is a bit, you know, unfortunate. Cat and Chats and Crochets, hi. Welcome. Don't forget to thumb in if you're not already a subscriber, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. This step ladder's not working out because I feel like I'm going to scratch my phone. I have to hold it in my hand. It's no good. Yo, says Moon Rose Craft. Yo, she's back, guys. If I turn it, it's just that it's so... Hang on. I put yarn underneath it. And then just sing. Oh, that didn't go at all well, did it? That wasn't me. Don't worry, it wasn't my phone. Now I'm going to put my said phone on the yarn. So no more scratchy noise. That's good. Honestly, I need a little table. I've got one. I've got a garden table that you pull out. It's like wooden slats. So I don't use it anymore. I used to. But now I've got like a little coffee table out there, and I've got the table and chairs for the garden out there. I don't tend to use it anymore. So it's kind of surplus requirements. I could bring it in here and it just sit there in front of me, and I could use it as... Might do that. Might have to dust it all off first. Make sure there's no spiders attached to it. You know how I feel about those. You're working on your hexagon blanket. And you all did your thummy. That's good. I mean, you did your thummy. Can't really say all. Maybe all. So yeah, I'm kind of... I want to say I'm looking forward to this, but I'm not looking forward to it. I really, really like my tulips. So when I kind of feel what they're like, I just don't know that they're going to be as good, you know? Only one way to find out. And I know there's so many people that say, oh, I love my clovers. I'll never use anything but I love my clovers. So I'm going to give them a go. I am. I used to review crochet hooks all the time. And I did lots and lots of different ones. And I just suddenly stopped because I got the tulips and liked them so much. I never really picked up any others. So this is where the joke book was. I left it in here. So this morning I did read one out of my new joke book. and it was quite funny. It was quite a good one, but very long, so lots for me to trip over. But hopefully I won't. I'll have to make sure that I've got good enough light to read it. So yeah, I've been thinking of what to make for my next project. Now I've got that mile a minute. Remember I said I was going to make that different mile a minute, and I did kind of one length, and I thought, yeah, I really like that. So there is that. I just need to find it, because that would be a good project for next project to do. And I made a really nice scarf for myself, and I suppose I could do that as a tutorial. It was based on that really nice stitch that I kind of put up a little while ago, which one of my subscribers kindly named in a giveaway, and it's now called the reversible boomerang stitch. I could just call it boomerang stitch, but I decided to call it reversible so that you get the kind of gist that you can use both sides, and that's why it's a boomerang stitch, I guess. But that was one of my giveaways that I did. So the last giveaway I put up was Sunday, and I'm going to make sure I read every single comment of that one, because I need some help big time. So that, if you haven't seen it already, don't forget to seek that one out. So I've got my hooks and I've got this bit of yarn, and I thought I could make my first piece by making a granny square. I'll pop that in there so it's not dangling on the floor. It's quite thin. Let's see. I think the purple one. I can't see the size, but the purple one looks good size. So let's have a little go then. My first bit of working with, I don't know, this might be a bit thin. This hook might be a bit small. We'll see. So far, so good. So yeah, I'm just going to make a little normal granny square with this and see what it's like working with these hooks, because I'm itching to find out. No, I think that is a bit tight. We're going to start again. Find the next size up. It'd be the blue one, wouldn't it? Is it that one? Which of those blues is biggest? That one is the smallest. Okay, so take two. So what you were working on? I know somebody did mention hexie blanket. That didn't go right, did it? Okay, we go up further. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. I managed to get my little knot out. So yeah, I would be working on that blanket that I started on, but I took it in the house. And while I was in there, I thought, oh, no, I left it out there. So I'll be able to work on that. And I come out and I thought, I went backwards and forwards a few times already. And I thought, I'm not going back in there again. So I just have to do something else. But I've been kind of itching to try these. So do you use clovers? What's your opinion on them? Has anybody used them for years and years and swears by them? Or do you have a bad opinion of them? I've never, as I say, only ever used the brown one. The rest I can't vouch for. I've got several hooks that look like these, but whether they're genuine or not, I have no idea. So as I can't vouch for them, I can't say they're definitely clover. So therefore, I'm not gonna. I've decided to do it a new kind of 1, 2, 3, a new kind of, what's the word? Review, so that I can make sure the ones that I've got and that I'm using are definitely all actual clovers. So yeah, so far so good. What I might do is, once I've done this, I'll do the same granny square a bit later on, and use a tulip. So I'm using them side by side. That way, it's so you don't forget what they're actually like. I've had some comments. Let's have a little looky. Crocheting willies? Never tried them. Hi Laura, don't forget the thummy. How are you? But I've got some like these. I've never used them. I used the wooden handled crochet hooks from Hobby Lobby. They don't cost much and are very comfortable for you. Lolly, hi, welcome. And Film Set View. Don't forget the thummies, guys. You love your red tulips. You tried Omni a few weeks ago. Don't like them at all. Anyone want them, as they're not going to be used by me. Who are Omni? Should I review them? Perhaps you can donate them to me and I can do a little review on them. Possibly. Who are Omni? I've not seen those hooks. I used to know all there is to know about every hook and, what was out there. But just recently I've seen a few people have some that I think you can only maybe get in America or something, really pretty handles. But there seems to be a lot of them around now. I do have some others that I bought to review and I never have. Like I say, I kind of got stuck in with the tulips and that was it for me. Tulips it was. I have to say these are gliding quite nicely. Didn't think they were going to at first, but I seem to be getting on quite well with this one. Anybody know what size this blue one is? I've got my neck light. Let's have a look. It is 4.5. It's always my favourite size. Weird that, isn't it? But it is. I saw some text come up. Let's have a look. You'll send them to me. Got a 6mm and a 4mm. Wahee! Thank you. Omni lovely hooks, in your opinion. They only work well with certain types of yarn, but you do love them. I don't think I've seen them around. I mean, I did a bit of a review on those, what were those hooks called? Those symphonies. I do stock them in my shop, and I think I've only got one set left. They're very, very popular. They're very beautiful. But I found that for me, they really did snag the yarn, not just split the yarn. There were times when I got in a real kerfuffle with the yarn. So they weren't my favourites, but I know there are people who absolutely love them and they are beautiful. They've got such gorgeous kind of grain in the wood, beautiful colours. But I never got on with them as like using them for myself. But I know that a lot of people love them. But I've never been one for using bamboo. And I've never used a bamboo knitting needle, and I've got 20 million of them in the drawer, that I sell. I've got the Clover Takumi, is it? But I've never actually got them out and tried to use them. In fact, I haven't knitted for a while, and I really do need to do something. I like to knit every now and then to keep my hand in, so that I don't get a bit rusty with the knitting. This green has lasted for a long time. So yeah, International Granny Square Day is fast approaching, and I'm wondering what I can make for International Granny Square Day. What would you suggest? Anybody got any ideas? What I could do? I'd like to do something that could be maybe a gift, so that people could make it as a gift for maybe Christmas or something. I don't know. So they enable me to speed crochet, which is one good thing I really like about them. See what I mean about the green? It's lasted quite a while. It's gone into kind of a blue now. But yeah, it's not bad so far. Better than I thought it was going to be. But like I say, I think I'm going to make one with the tulip side by side and see what they work up like, if it's better or not. Do you if there's a kind of International Granny Square Day, do you think, oh, I'll make something out of a square? Or do you just let it go and other people get excited about it, but you don't so much? See, last year I was going to do something. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something for International Granny Square Day. 2 years ago, I thought the same. And then 2 years ago, I had a cancer operation. And last year, there was something else that took over. And I missed it completely. And I always think, I would try and stay a little on the topical side. Yeah, right. Never seems to work out. So yeah, it might do. I've got a hankering to make something with a square because I haven't done it for a while. I feel like this is a tad tight. Maybe I should have tried a 5. Anyway, let's put that down. We'll do that another time. Let's see what's going on. Wow. Never heard of Omni, but you'd be willing to try them. You have some no-name hooks that someone gave you. Omni look fancy, like furls, but not as expensive. You brought them from Amazon. You're curious about Omni hooks, Claptrap? Cinnamon Stitches used to be a furls gal, but she prefers Omni hooks. They're much the same as furls, but much cheaper. What was it that... Oh, no, it was Knit Crate that she had a bit of a Barney with, wasn't it? Cinnamon Stitches. A granny square scarf. If you have a pattern on your website, it sprinkles pop. I think it looks lovely. Sprinkles pop is adorable. It's right here at the side of me, actually. I'd show it to you, but it's got a couple of things on top of it. But it does have some absolutely beautiful colours. There's one that's kind of more or less out of stock now, but I need to get some more of that next time I place an order with Signet, and I will be soon. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me on something, and then I will definitely be placing an order, and I might replace that one because it is gorgeous. Just finished knitting a car cot. Now to put together. You haven't heard of Omni hooks? Is that what you're using now? Those are amours. I got a set of amours out of my shop to send somebody who'd ordered one. And while I was there, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a set for myself because I always used to review hooks. And then suddenly I stopped dead because I really found the tulips and loved them so much that I just got stuck into everything using them. And then on the odd occasion, I would use a soft touch or something like that to do a project that needed a different colour behind it or one that I couldn't find. So I'd use that. But mostly I was using the tulips or different varieties of tulip. And I thought, no, I will get those out and I'll do a review on them because I always said I would and I never got around to doing it. Granny Square basket or a handbag would be a fuzz project. Can buy wooden and leather bases. I've got one. I did one ages ago. I bought a leather base. It was in the yarn room. It's probably in here somewhere now. Probably. Gotta go. Okay. Thanks for coming in. Hi, blue-eyed lady. Your first live with me. Woohoo, Jill. Hi, Jill. Welcome. Don't forget the thumbie. So if anyone's not already subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye, Moon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving them a go. That actually didn't feel too bad working with it. Although I feel like it's quite it's not very drapey, do you know what I mean? It feels sturdy. And I would normally use a 4.5. But that, I don't know. I'm going to use the same hook with the same yarn and see how I go comparing and contrasting. That might be where my video will go. Compare the clovers to the tulips. Because they seem to be the big boys, don't they? Both of them, they seem to be the go-to ones that most people have and like. I could have sworn I just saw something pop up that's not popped up on my phone. I like that howdy clap. Oh, that might have been what it was. Clovers are cheaper. They are in a set for sure, but it depends where you buy them, I guess. I've seen some outrageous prices for the clovers. The tulips I find are engineered a little bit better, but you know, there's an awful lot of fakes out there you've got to watch out for. especially with Temu. Temu are making their hooks look identical, or they're buying hooks that look identical, and they're not, obviously. They will be totally different and not perform the way they should. You've entered dozens of my giveaways, have you? Well, there'll be more, don't worry, there's loads coming. There'll always be loads coming, and yeah, I do like to do them. I like to create that little buzz. I do. I like to do variety, so that I've got some books that I look at, and some magazines that I do, giveaways. I like a bit of everything. Some tutorials, some yarn reviews, some comparing yarns. I like a bit of everything. It's taken 4 years, I guess you could say, to get to feeling comfortable about what I do. But I can remember when I first started, how nervy I was about the content I was putting on. Not necessarily nervous about me, so I'm very forward. It did take a while, though, for me to flip the camera around so that you could speak to me, and I'd speak to camera. I did my first ones were not face to camera. They were just looking at the hooks, looking at the yarn, sort of thing. And then obviously I did tutorials, which you don't look at me for those either. So then I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to do it. So I just turned it round and thought, here we go. It's now or never type thing. Get it over with. Oh yes, the hump day. Mustn't forget about the hump day. Yeah, kind of, I like to introduce new things when I can. Like doing a hump day giveaway, because at least then it goes from one Wednesday to the other Wednesday, so it's not going to go for a month or anything, and it's sort of something to look forward to in the middle of the week, because usually it's the ends of the week and the beginning of the week, but it was this long stretch of what to make kind of content during the week. That's weird that there's a comment that comes up with no background to it. Must be Laura. You remember when I first started? You couldn't enter the giveaway for clover hooks because you couldn't think of any name for the stitch. Oh, it's the Boomerang Stitch. I thought it was quite a good name. Yeah, because it's reversible and goes either way. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good name. It's hard to think of questions now, I've been going for so long and doing so much that to come up with what you can be doing while I babble away in the corner and a question without repeating the questions so many times, it's really difficult to come up with new and exciting questions. It's not that easy. So maybe one of my giveaways will be, tell me a question that I can use for my next giveaway, and then I can store them up, make notes. Perhaps that's a good idea. But it's really weird how those ones come up without a background. I see it come up, but it just comes up without a background. How strange. Lawley's been with me since I had 30 subscribers. I know you've been around a long time. And remember back then, I was thinking about it the other day, about how YouTube and this little niche and genre, etc., looked totally different back then. Granny D was starting out as well, and there was me that was starting out, and we went into, was it Heidi's place? It was called Heidi's Place, and those were the kind of place. I think Heidi's Place was the very first kind of launch pad for me. Penny said, "Come into my live and I'll introduce you round." And so I did. I went into a live stream, and then I met Granny D, and I met Denny and a few others. Some that are not doing YouTube anymore as well. Some that have long since gone. But there was Pink Kelly and Lawley, a few others that we all kind of came from that time. It was so different then. It was so different. There was nobody doing lives, We could get on and It would be, who's going on after D? And then, oh, I'll go today. Now it's like fight for your spot, you know. Back then there was nobody really doing, apart from Jan. Jan was always late night on a Monday or whenever it was. But so it would go from D to me to Jan or something like that. But and sometimes nobody would be going on, and it would be, oh, okay, I'll go on then, and everybody would come into from one to the other. But now there's just a zillion people, and not an inch of space left to be had. It's kind of one of the reasons I don't do so many evening lives now, because it's just so hard to find a spot. Okay, so where am I up to? You remember when I first started as well, Laura? You enjoyed my giant phobia joke. That was good, wasn't it? That was a good one. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Don't forget the thummy. Lisa, hi. I'm okay. Yep, just got here. You're not too late. Don't worry. Nowadays, you only enter a giveaway when you really want it. But I always try to make a comment anyway. For the algorithm, just don't answer the question or let one know that you're not taking part. Oh, yeah, but you know, sometimes you can always sort of tell when there's those people that just dip in and dip out. But yes, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not entering the giveaway, but I'm just going to make a comment anyway." I get that quite a bit. I was going to say something then, and I've forgotten what it was because something else happened. And hi, Olive, your first live with me. Welcome. Don't forget, thummy. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And then, who's E? Someone just called E. Hello, E. That's unusual. E. Hi, E. So yeah, he liked it as well. It was a good joke. I think it was from this book, wasn't it? It was. No, that's not it. That may be my next one. I'm sure it was in this book. Where is it? Ah, the selfie stick one as well. That was a good one. Where is that joke? Oh, here. What do you call a fear of giants? Phobia. That's good. So this is my joke book. I read a little joke out of this every morning. But I do have another one. And this morning I was in the other room and I'd left this out here, so we used that book. But it's either that. I used to get SIRI to tell me a joke now and then, or Alexa, and I can say that because she's not in here. She's in the house. So if I said, Alexa, tell me a joke, all those people with Alexas are going to get... Now everybody is going to get a joke said to them. Hope if they've won in an earshot. Isn't that fun? So, how many people got told a joke by their Alexa? If your Alexa told you a joke, then you've got to tell me what it was. That's funny. Yours had just gone off. I activated it. But what joke did they tell you? That is brilliant, isn't it? The other day, it was somebody's birthday. Was it Sophia's birthday? So I asked her, the person whose name I just mentioned to tell you all a joke, to sing happy birthday. So she did. That was quite cute. So what joke did she say? Do I got to do it again? Oh, look, I know, I've just put it down and I got another message. You cancelled it since you couldn't hear. You said her name. Oh, okay. Let's do it again then. Alexa, tell me a joke. What's black and white all over? A panda and in an Elmo costume. This is good. This is good. We get lots of jokes. It's funny. Sorry, guys. But yeah, you know, it just sometimes pipes up when you've not even said her name. It just pipes up and says something, doesn't it? You call her Alice if you don't want to wake her up. Call her Sonia. That's what we should call her. Sonia, because she gets on your nerves. That's what the guys at work, they used to work at the ambulance service, that's what they used to call their sat-nav, because there was always a female voice. So they used to call their sat-nav Sonia, because she gets on your nerves, especially when she sends you the wrong way. Alice. There was a song called Who the Bleep is Alice? It's obviously not Alice, is it? But there we go, a little excursion from... Oh, do we have another one? Let's have a look. You sometimes change the wake word. The wake word. Oh, do you? Can you do that? I didn't know you could do that. To what, though? Oh, that was brilliant. See, now you should have all been telling me jokes now. She should have been piping up with lots of jokes. She's obviously on a go slow. Bless her. Yeah, the other one is SIRI, isn't it? I'm not saying that. I've got too many iPhones in this room. You can change it in the person's app. I really wish I had my fan. Look at me. And I know I'm looking red because of this thing. I wish you could change the colour of it from kind of orange, if you know what I mean. It makes me look as if I'm a bit flushed. Gary! Is that my Gary? Obviously, I set her off in the kitchen. I actually set off my own one in the kitchen. Did she tell you a joke, Gary? I actually set off my own one because Gary's listening to me in the kitchen. While you're in the kitchen, Gary, are you doing anything nice? Are we having dinner? He made a lovely dinner. He made really lovely roast the other day. It was the best one I've had in a long while. Really, really good. Yeah, I can't say the hate S word because it would just set off all of these iPhones, which I have several of. I've got one there, got one there. Really wish I had the fan on. I didn't really plan this. Hang on. This is really cold. It's so cold. It's... Oh, no, it's actually soaked. It's sort of all got condensation. I've got a wet head now. So, yeah, I don't know how long I've been on, guys. You have to tell me. Oh, she said the joke, but you don't know what she said. I was going to do that on one of my chats one morning. Sort of time for joke. I was just sort of pipe up and say... Everyone's saying hello to Gary. What's for dinner, Gary? Oh, yeah, we've got chicken. We've got some leftover chicken, so we're having that. And salad, my worst nightmare. Oh, bless. 63 minutes, over an hour. I wish I had something to use as a fan. Maybe this will work for a bit. Wow, it is hot in here. It is really lovely day. The sun's been shining all day. And, yeah, no rain, no clouds. But I'm not really geared up for it. That's the trouble. We've had so much rain and iffy weather that we get a bit of warmth and suddenly it's like, whoa, someone put the fire on. You're having a sausage casserole. Lovely. Jessie says hi to you, Gary. Jessie's lovely. I don't have his llama in here. I have it in the other yarn room. Alice said, why us? Why use... Why? Why us a peach so mean? What's that mean? Not cooking. Had a couple of spice rums and chilling. He has actually. I'll see him doing them. He's off to Euro Disney tomorrow. Without me. It was my idea, actually. I mean, it's not mean or anything, but there was a spare ticket going, and I said that Gary would love to go see his granddaughters in Euro Disney, so he's off. And so it became very quiet around here, very quiet around here without Gary. Very. Not for long though. Not for long. Won't be quiet for long. That's for sure. You did tell me a joke earlier. Why is a peach so mean? Oh, is that what it says? Why is a peach so mean? I don't know. You made raw chocolate last night. It's good for you and keto friendly, I think, if you replace the sugar. Quick and easy to make. It's got a hot stone. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, raw chocolate. I've made cocoa bark before on keto, and you just basically make that with coconut oil. Oh, it tastes a bit like a Bounty, and at first you think, wow, this is gorgeous. Then all of a sudden you think, I feel really sick now, because it is oil basically, and you set it in the fridge, so you can put other stuff in it. You can put hazelnuts, chop them up. You know, you can really jazz it up as much as you want. You can even put some cream in it and make it like milk chocolate, which obviously I won't do because I'm allergic to dairy. But yeah, it's very Moorish. All of a sudden, it's like flipping a switch. I feel really sick now, and I've had enough of it. So you can't really eat much, but it does sort of satisfy that little chocolate craving that you get sometimes. When I first started doing keto, I wasn't dairy intolerant a long while ago, and I used to have this 3-ingredient mousse, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was the best chocolate mousse I'd ever made, and it was made out of cream, cocoa, and something else, and I just can't remember how to do it, and it was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. You whip it up, and it was really, really nice. Sadly, I don't remember how to make it, but I won't be able to eat it anyway. So, although they do have some nice dairy-free creams, but I doubt that they're got much in the way of you know, low carbon. But that'll be starting very soon. Very, very soon. Thank goodness for that as well. So I'm going to get off in a sec, guys. It's been great spending some time with you, and I've started my little trial already with those hooks. I'm going to give them a go. So it made a nice granny square though, nice and even. So I'm going to give them a bit of a trial run and do a little review on them. Thanks for spending some time with me, and it was good to see you all. Don't forget, as I did compete with my own video, I've got an open with me that popped up at 3, and it was for the latest Simply Crochet. So if you haven't seen that, please seek it out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Take care, everyone.